Hey guys! So you might have seen that I finally obtained my permits to begin construction on Java Cats. Since my big announcement, I had a couple people email me and post a comment wanting to know my story. So I kind of wanted to make a video and explain my timeline for those of you who are interested, and also explain the concept of a cat cafe for those who are also confused. So it all started in October of last year. I am a film student at Georgia State. I've been there for 3 years, and for a film class, I had to search or do a 10-page research paper on any type of phenomenon in the media. Being the cat lover that I am, chose cat videos, and I started researching the history of why people are obsessed with cats. I started back to the Egyptian times and kind of worked my way up through history, and through that process I found out about cat cafes starting in Taiwan. So upon finding out that there's cat cafes out there, I was super intrigued, and I thought that was my dream job, but really didn't think too much further other than it was the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. So fast forward December, towards the end of the semester, I started really thinking about it and found myself at work drawing names of, what I would call my cat cafe. Just kind of became obsessed with the idea. And I sat my husband down and was like, hey, what do you think if I were to pursue opening a cat cafe here in Atlanta? This is my dream job. I think this is amazing. I want to help cats. Yeah, so what do you think? And Josh was like, I think you should go for it. It sounds awesome. So little did he know, and little did I know, that conversation would birth a year-long process of finally opening Java Cats. So January, February, March, I started doing a lot of research while I was still in school, still a full-time student, about regulations and laws. I wanted to know I could do this before I made an announcement. In March, I flew out to Seattle and I met with the guys who opened Seattle Meowtropolitan. One of the guys sat down with me and he answered all my questions. I had like a little notebook, got to see the cat cafe, experience it firsthand, and it was just magical. It was a magical experience and everything just felt so right. Like, this is what I'm gonna do here. That really stirred my passion even more and became super real to me as visiting the one in Seattle. Once I came back from Seattle, I made a big announcement on Facebook, let all my friends, my family, my work know this is something I would be pursuing. I also reached out to Paws Atlanta, which is Georgia's oldest non-kill animal shelter. I had a meeting with them. They were super thrilled to work with me and Java Cats and supply our cats. So they were awesome, and I could not have been more happy to have picked such a great rescue. I also met with the Gathering Industries, which is a nonprofit that, through the Atlanta mission, take homeless individuals and train them in culinary skills just to get them back on their feet and be able to find a job in the restaurant industry. So I've been working as their photographer for the last maybe year and a half, 2 years. So they were someone I just wanted to involve in some way. So I met with them. They were super excited, gave me a lot of wise advice to how to move forward. May rolls around, and I knew I needed a lot of money to start a business. So I did a Kickstarter. We raised over $21,000. During that process, I did a lot of fundraisers. A lot of people found out about the cat cafe, and it was just a really cool and stressful time all at the same time. I started looking for spaces around Atlanta, all over Atlanta, Decatur, outside the perimeter, West Side, Grant Park, and we finally found our space within 4 months. The most challenging part about finding a space was we'd find a space that we loved, and then the landlord would say no to the concept. The door shut in our faces quite a few times. People are just not too fond of having cats on site. So we got a lot of no's. We finally found the Grant Park space, and the landlord was awesome. He was totally excited about our concept and said yes. So we made it official pretty quickly, signed it September. From there, we found our coffee partner through a friend who owns Ebreak Coffee, and they're just a super cool, chill coffee shop. They serve Turkish coffees, coffee from a land of 1,000 hills, and it's just an awesome vibe. You just have to go there. Super different coffee shop, unlike any coffee shop I've been to, especially here in Atlanta. And I just love the vibe of their coffee shop, and I thought it'd be a cool mix with the cat side of things. So I was working at St. Cecilia as the host captain in Buckhead. Josh and I worked there together, loved it, loved the people, loved the job. I learned, a lot of just managing skills, and it stretched me, and it definitely helped me grow in a leadership position, and I am very grateful of that stepping stone that I didn't even know would be that for me now. So I sadly had to leave St. Cecilia in August. I was there for 2 years. I left St. Cecilia to go work at Ebreek about three days a week. They wanted to teach me, and I wanted to learn how to do everything coffee related. Just getting in the vibe of a coffee shop. I just needed to be, immersed in that environment, since that will probably be my life for a good while. So here we are now, 4 months later after I signed my lease, finally getting permits to do build-outs. So we will start build-outs next week. So I kind of want to explain what a cat cafe is for those who are still just confused on the whole concept. Cat Cafe is basically a coffee shop. You go in, get your coffee, get a pastry, prepackaged food, and then you pay an entrance fee to go in and hang out with cats in a cat lounge. But it has to be separate due to regulations and health codes, things like that. So it's super clean, have inspections, like a normal cafe. You can take your coffee and your food, if you wish, into the cat lounge, where you can hang out with a bunch of adoptable cats. So the point of a cat cafe is to increase adoption rates and lower euthanasia rates. The answer to the question that I get asked all the time, can I bring my cat? The answer is no. We're trying to help cats find homes, and so your cat's not allowed. I'm sorry. Just bring another cat home. Just come to the cat cafe and bring another cat home. I just want to kind of explain the concept and my story behind this entire year. Hope you enjoyed, and feel free to ask me any questions, and if I can help you in any way open a cat cafe, I'm an open book. Thanks so much for listening, and stay tuned for our opening date.